Welcome into a special edition of the Jordy Culotta Show live here on this Tuesday afternoon on what is a very exciting day in South Louisiana as LSU has found their next head football coach in Brian Kelly, and he is landing at Baton Rouge Metropolitan Airport this afternoon. We've got boots on the ground there. He will be formally introduced tomorrow over at LSU inside the Lawton Room, and everybody has kind of turned their attention to started to say, how do the players feel about this? How do some of the recruits feel about this? How do the high-end recruits feel about this? How about the number one quarterback in the country and the face of this LSU recruiting class, the one who everybody has been asking about and concerned about? It's been Walker Howard on what the transition was going to be like, and by all accounts, it looks like Howard is pretty excited about the announcement, and we've got the opportunity to talk to him here on this Tuesday afternoon, and we welcome him back into the conversation. He's been here a couple of times, and love having him here on the Jordy Culotta Show. Walker, good afternoon. Thanks for the time, man.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm pretty fired up. I know everybody else is pretty fired up to finally get a coach name.
I bet, yeah, it's been very unnerving for the fan base, and I think that kind of comes with the territory of following big-time college football. But from the point of view of somebody who has invested interest like you are curious on scheme, on what type of offense the next coach was going to run. When you heard the news of Brian Kelly, what was your initial reaction?
I'm pretty fired up. I mean, I went to Notre Dame about a month ago, and he's a great guy and a great football coach, and I'm really fired up. And we don't have word on the OC yet, so kind of have a couple ideas. And I'm pretty fired up, what I'm hearing right now. But I'm ready to get this. I'm ready to get this thing rolling with my class.
I bet, man. It gets to a point where you've probably talked so much about it throughout your senior season, and people asking you all the questions, where it probably is getting to a point where you're just ready to show up to school and get ready to play football, huh?
Heck yeah! I mean, it's a lot. I'm ready to start the football part. Absolutely, I'm ready to get with my team and kind of finish out this class, because it's starting to get kind of crazy right now with the new coach getting named, a lot of new energy coming in, and everybody's starting to get real interested now. So hopefully our class, we end up in the top where we need to be, which I think we are. But I'm getting fired up, that's for sure.
Take me to the front lines of when Brian Kelly was recruiting you as Notre Dame's head coach. What were those conversations like? What was he like as a recruiter?
Oh, I mean, he's a great recruiter. He's a great football coach, and I mean, he tells you the truth. He's honest. I mean, he's gonna be hard on us, and that's what I'm fired up about. It's gonna be a fun couple of years, and I mean, I'm really fired up. He's a great recruiter. I mean, look at the guys who recruited at Notre Dame. I mean, Notre Dame isn't the easiest place to recruit, just because for all the South kids you got. I mean, it's pretty crazy to get how he got all those guys from the South, from leaving home, and that just shows you the kind of recruiter he is. And I mean, he's a great football coach. He's a winner.
What was last weekend like? There were some cool pictures that were coming out from the visit to Tiger Stadium. I saw you, Quincy Wiggins, and somebody else with Shaq. And I saw a couple other pictures of you out and about with the Burrow jersey. What was it like in Baton Rouge for you last weekend? Yeah, it was Ty G. That's right, Ty G Hill.
Yeah, I mean, it was awesome. We got a couple of recruits who got together. I mean, it was so awesome. I felt like I was the biggest fan. I was wearing a Joe Burrow jersey. I saw Shaq. I was freaking out on the sidelines. I mean, I was loving every second of it. I know all the other recruits were having a blast with it. I mean, it was just a good time, and I mean, it's just those are my future teammates. I mean, it's great like seeing them and hanging out with them, and I mean, it's gonna be a fun couple of years.
Now there is a coach pushing a message and recruiters out on the ground knowing what they have to sell. What has this time period been like as an LSU commitment, where you guys have kind of been, alongside Mason Smith and Austin Thomas, kind of the lead recruiters of the class?
Yeah, without the coach being named, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah. When just kind of up to this point.
Yeah, I mean, it was really tough, to be honest with you. I mean, because all these coaches that were getting mentioned in the 4 or 5 top coaches that I was hearing, I mean, seemed like they all got extensions with their where they were at, or something like Lincoln Riley going to USC. I mean, it was just a lot of talk on social media, and it was kind of frustrating just because, I mean, I didn't really know who the guy was going to be, and when I found out last night, I mean, it was really exciting to know it was Coach Kelly, and you know, because I mean, I almost went to Notre Dame. You know, I was looking at Notre Dame, talking to Coach Kelly. I mean, he's a great football coach, and I'm so glad LSU got him.
So, I mean, this is kind of the obvious question, and I guess this is kind of burying the lead. I mean, you shut it down now with Brian Kelly as the head coach at LSU. I mean, you're all LSU.
Yeah, pretty much. I think so.
Well, you got to be more excited than that, dude. Come on.
No, I'm pretty locked in for sure right now, but you know, I'm gonna see what happens. But I'm pretty fired up, to be honest with you. I really am.
Right. I mean, kind of you're waiting on offensive coordinator and stuff like that, right? I mean, there's still questions that need to be answered.
Yeah, so there's some questions still to be answered, but I'm pretty fired up. Got my guys. I got the kids committed who I want to be with. So those are my best friends. So I mean, I'm pretty pumped up.
And what's this time of the schedule like? Where, you know, I mean, you're going to be an early enrollee. You're kind of going through the end of the year of your senior year. First off, how's your health? I know that you finished up last weekend. Edie White, that was a physical game. You threw 3 touchdowns, but you were banged around a little bit. I know that, you know, people were kind of commenting on how you left the field. It looked like you were limping a little bit. How is your health going into the off season?
Yeah, I kind of banged up my leg a little bit, but I mean, I'm gonna be fine. I mean, it was kind of tough just how Friday ended for me, and I mean, it's not how I wanted my senior year to end for sure. But I mean, there's got to be work to be done. I got to get back in the lab and, you know, start over. That's what I said. I started working out again today, and it's been the first time since I got hurt. Really, I mean, just because the season workouts they're not the same as off-season workouts. You know, everybody knows that. I mean, your body's just not in the type of shape it was when you were in the off-season during the summer. And then when I hurt my leg, I kind of had to sit out. And I usually worked out more legs during the season just because I'm throwing every day. And, you know, trying to get back in that. But, you know, I go to the doctor tomorrow. I think it's all good. I might banged it up a little bit. But, I mean, it's a couple weeks out. But I'm going to be ready to roll. I can't wait to get back on the field or back into next semester. That's for sure.
How was your high school experience? Like, how was start to finish for you now that it's over and all the cool things, state championships, #1 quarterback in the country, Elite 11, to even kind of the way it ended with the injury and even the early days of your freshman and sophomore years? How was your high school experience wrapped up now?
I mean, my high school experience, I mean, it was up and down. I mean, there's highs and lows of both. And, you know, I don't regret anything I've ever did at STM. And, I mean, it was unbelievable. My first 2 years, you know, I sat behind Caleb and soaked in all of it. You know, it was kind of frustrating just because, I wanted it so bad. And, you know, there's nothing you really could do. But I took the experience. I watched what he did, and it worked out for me. And my junior year, I mean, what an unbelievable season. I mean, COVID, it was kind of frustrating, you know, just working out. It was mostly working out with the guys. You couldn't even see the coaches at some point. I mean, it was all about how bad you wanted it, and that's some great guys around me that pushed me, like Jack Besh, Carter Arsenault, and Paxton Perrette, and Carter Doming. But and then my senior year, I mean, 3 returning starters, 2 ended up getting hurt during the season. I mean, it was a crazy year, and I mean, I wouldn't change anything for those guys. I mean, this year's been so tough for me, and you know, I learned a lot. I mean, I learned how to lose. I haven't lost since my 7th grade year, and after learning after the first 2 games, it was kind of, I didn't really know how to handle it, but I learned a lot this year. Coach Salvo, I mean, thanks, Coach Salvo did such a great job this year, and my 4 years of high school, and I thank him so much for everything he did for me.
How much did your leadership skills get refined this year?
No, it definitely had to, just because, I mean, on a team, usually that's team, we usually win every game.
Right.
And
you've done that your whole life, right? I mean, like, you've been doing that since you were a kid. Yeah.
And I mean, the first 2 games, I mean, came down with losses. I mean, it's hard for a team going 0-2. I mean, you don't really know how to respond to it. And we had a lot of young guys on our team, and they didn't really know how to handle it, and I really didn't know how to handle it. But like I said, guys on my team, Jackson Guerin, John Hayes Wagisback, those were the guys that stepped up, and they helped me step up as a leader this year. And I think those guys so much, and what they did for me, and made me step up as a leader, because I couldn't do it without any of those guys on my team this year, and Drew LaSala for sure.
No doubt, man. It was fun watching you play, bro. That your junior season, you and Besh, I think that'll go down as one of the best combination in state history. Just the way that y'all chopped up some of the best defenses in the state, man. I mean, it was great. It was good to see that it seems like the current team is kind of excited about the hire too. I saw Besh on social media kind of tweeting out some emojis, kind of saying it was a good day.
Yeah, me and Jack are really excited for the next couple of years together. I mean, high school was fun, but I mean, college is gonna be another experience, that's for sure. And we've both been talking about it for a while. I mean, he's been texting me like crazy about how fired up he is about Coach Kelly, because he was big on Notre Dame too for a while. And,
yeah,
you know, maybe our OC, who we think it is, we're gonna be pretty fired up, that's for sure.
No doubt, and I imagine that Brian Kelly's selling point is probably Walker Howard and Jack Besh to the next guy. Did you think last week at any point Lincoln Riley was going to be the guy? Because I saw, you created a social media storm when you followed him on Twitter.
Yeah, me and Jack. Jack FaceTimes me. I mean, Jack just likes to stir a lot of things up. I mean, let's be honest. He FaceTimes me. He goes, "Hey, watch this. Hey, follow Lincoln Riley." I wasn't really thinking. I think it was a Friday. I think I had a game that day. And I was like, okay. So it was like we did it, and we went and watched. We had like team meeting, whatever. And my phone just all of a sudden is blowing up, and I'm like, my dad's even texting me like, "What's going on?" Like my dad.
What do you know?
What do you know that I don't know? It was Jack. I mean, just me and Jack Besh just stirring stuff up. But
because Jack has nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Walker's gonna have to eat this grenade.
Walker, follow me down this road, bro.
You don't even have to worry about it.
Yeah, don't worry.
Yeah. My bad for all those people that what Jack Besh did. I'm gonna stay out of that. That's all Jack Besh.
Oh, dude, that's so good.
That dude is a mess. Let me just let you know, he is a stud player, but he is a mess.
No, we've heard off the field that he is. He's something, bro.
College.
So you move in when? When is move-in date?
I'm not too sure when move-in day is, but I got that game. I got sometime in January.
Yeah. So you had the All-American game?
Yeah. I don't know the answer to that one yet, just because with everything going on. So I'm gonna have to, work my butt off and see what happens until that time.
Can't tell you how cool it was to watch you play high school football and how much we look forward to watching you play at the college level, bro. Great representation of our state. Thank you as always for the time, and we'll talk again soon.
Hey, thank you so much. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. See you. There is Walker Howard, the number one quarterback in the country, LSU commit. And seems like it's all good. I mean,
he's trying to play coy.
It would take a catastrophe of an offensive coordinator hired to do. I mean, he loves Kelly. Him and Jack Besh are obviously best friends.
Besh, dude, that's so funny.
That's so
got
good.
him in so much shit.
That's so good.
But
that's
yeah,
so
I mean,
good.
I know he doesn't want to really. I don't think he's going to do anything special on the Under Armour All-American or whatever.
No, well, I mean, it sounds like he's hurt.
Right, yeah, but I don't think he was going to do some sort of hat deal or anything like that. So he's trying not to say it without saying it. It would have to be they don't hire an offensive coordinator for him to even reconsider coming to LSU because, like you said, if he's already running around with Jack Besh on Saturdays, I think they're pretty much locked at the hip and wants him to come to LSU, and it seems like they've already kind of mapped this thing out a little bit.
So good stuff from Walker Howard. Appreciate him for stopping by. That was driven and powered by our friends over at Go Chevrolet. Remember, online at GEAUXChevrolet.com. LaPlace, Louisiana for brand new cars right here in Baton Rouge. Used cars here in Baton Rouge, Florida Boulevard and Sherwood Forest. And then up in Tennessee, the brand has grown. So if you're listening up in the Tennessee area, check out Go Chevrolet online at GEAUXChevrolet.com. Jolene says Besh is a beast. Alex, did Walker say what his injury is now? It sounded like he said something about his knee was a little banged up. Last Friday, that game versus E.D. White, man, it was physical. Man, it was they were kind of all over the place. And just watching some of the highlights, he threw a couple of interceptions. He did throw 3 touchdowns, but it was a physical football game. If I did take anything away from that conversation, it was that he was fired up.
He's fired up.
He's fired up. Yeah.
Just I don't have the words. He's fired up.
He's fired up.
You don't think it's the injury-wise? It's not the ankle again, is it? You would hope it's not the same, like kind of re-injure or anything that happened previously in the year.
I think it was the fibula that earlier in the year.
Right, and so it didn't get banged on or something like that.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't play in that game. Get yourself healed up, Walker.
No way.
Yeah.
Don't play in that game.
It's not worth it.
Don't play in that game.
Got a job to go win.
But it did sound like he was on solid ground. And look, the story about Besh was more solid of a kind of where he was than the Brian Kelly answer. I mean,
right.
Him and Besh, it sounds like those two are more or less like.
I love that he fell for it, dude.
That is good.
He's like, just follow it real quick. He's like, okay, dude, all right.
Well,
I'm surprised I don't already.
all right, why not?
So, Dad,
and Besh,
I don't know.
You want to start some shit, bro?
Watch this. I bet I get Walker to follow him. Hey, Walk, what's up, man? Just do it real quick now, dude.
Hey, it's me, Brian Thomas, Chris Hilt. We're all sitting around, dude. We're going to follow Lincoln Riley. You in or you out? I'll do it.
I'm in.
Yeah, why not?
The funniest thing is that that goes to show how
Yeah.
little everybody knew. If that makes your dad call you, who is obviously out of the loop, he's like, how do you know something and I don't? It's like, dude, I don't know anything. What are you talking about? Dude, you following Lincoln Riley earlier today.
I mean, it's front page news on SI.com.
Dylan Sanders, like, I just put these together, dude. I don't know what you want from me. It's unbelievable. Everybody was thirsty for info, dude.
Smash that like button for us if you don't mind. We appreciate you being here in this afternoon section. The love has been fantastic. Thank you for being here. And remember, if you're looking for all of our sound, you can find it at JordyCulottaShow.com. That is JordyCulottaShow.com. Or you can hit us on social media at Culotta Show.
I think old BK just touched down. Brian
Is that
Kelly.
right?
Yeah, he got pushed back. He got delayed.
Okay.
And now we have boots on the ground. Jordy Culotta Show on Twitter. We are following it live, and the wheels are on the ground. We'll see him next to that guy drinking a beer.
Jack is at the airport representing the Jordy Culotta Show, doing fantastic work.
Love it.
Here for us on this Tuesday. Shout out to Jack and the crew as they've been up at Baton Rouge Metropolitan. WAFB is live. I love it.
Have you seen anything like this?
I love it. Yeah, Tuscaloosa 2006.
Oh, I guess so. It was probably
man,
this
that was kind of the first time
Yeah.
you ever saw something like this.
But it wasn't like this for Les when he came in, and it wasn't.
Hell no.
And I guess Ed
I
was
don't even know who that clown was.
Oklahoma State. Almost beat Texas. Got Vince Young.
Yeah,
That's the pump fake game.
good for him.
Yeah. But I guess, and then when you talk about Orgeron, that was just it's such a stir fire that you
Look
really.
at Jacques live. Wow, that's a big private jet, bro. That ain't the LSU jet, is it?
I mean, he can buy his own one at this point. And $95 million. Hold on, I'm gonna pull it up on our feed and show the people.
Can you take this feed right
I'm
here?
gonna see what happens. What's the worst that can happen?
Right, I mean, give the credit to WAFB, Jacques and the crew. Wow, look, they got the band there. The Golden Girls are there. The cheerleaders are there. They are rolling out the purple carpet for Brian Kelly and crew.
Just tell Jacques, don't worry about it. We got it. Credit
Here
to Jacques
comes-
Doucet. Here it comes.
Here comes the staircase opening up. The eagle is landed, as Scott Oldham is saying. Ryan Thibodeau, Mark Vaughn can't stay. Mark, stay right here. We got it, buddy. We got it. We got it.
It's on. All right, we're in an ad, but it's coming up. I'll give you a little taste. Here we go.
Wow. The band calling him down
Get me out this
from
ad.
inside the plane.
Get me. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Okay. All right.
Do you want this audio?
Yeah, why not?
All right. I believe it's playing.
Will I be able to hear it? Can y'all hear the audio in that?
I don't think so.
No? Dead air?
That was just us watching, like everybody else.
There he is. Whoa, bro. Quick down the steps there, BK. Good feet on the old man,
No, he's
bro.
a boxer,
60
dude.
years
He's a
old.
boxer,
He
man. He's got to
came
shuffle a
flying
little
down those
bit.
steps. Good footwork right there by Kelly. I wonder if he missed a step. Coach,
Could you
that could
think
have been
of
a
anything
disaster.
more embarrassing?
No, I don't know if there would have anything been more. Audio is good. They're saying the audio is good.
They can hear it.
Yeah. Back to the audio.
I've seen President George Bush land.
Look at Big Remy.
President Obama.
Look at Woody in the back, bro, just playing cool in the back. Go ahead and shake your hands and take your pictures.
Did he go purple blazer?
I
guess you don't steal the show.
Woody went gold with a little purple pinstripe, which I thought was very smooth. No tie for Woody.
The hard work's done, dude.
Yeah.
It's a tie-off kind of day.
Verge with a very nice suit.
Sure, absolutely.
Brian Kelly has no tie look. It looks like he's actually gone like just a collar. Like two-button collar and a button.
Oh, he went golf polo.
Yeah, Stephanie Remp on scene, James Williams, Board of Supervisors, Dr. William Tate. What a scene on the Baton Rouge Metropolitan tarmac.
And this appears as what has happened here. You saw Dr. Tate there.
What do you think they talk about now that they didn't talk about on the plane?
Well, these are Board of Supervisors that are
They weren't on there.
They had no idea.
All right, guys, indeed. So you see a large gathering.
have the
LSU athletic
LSU
director
issued
Scott
polo already?
Woodward wearing
Do
the
we have to change
brownish
clothes?
suit there, and
I'd
ready
imagine
to,
that he's probably
show
just
off
got
his
one
new
sitting waiting for him in the
possession
car.
to the LSU fan
Yeah, so he has to
base.
take his shirt
His
off
head
in the
football
car
coach.
and get
Of
ready
course,
for the
every
presser.
Yeah, can
sport
she
at
get out of the
LSU
way?
is
I mean,
important,
Darren, can
but
we
know
move her out of the
everything
shot, please?
Drips down and comes from the cash cow, the football program, and the football head coach, and obviously that was trending in the wrong direction.
Okay, so he's
in the
got
last 2 years.
we've got
An 11
we've got
record
wife,
after winning the national
daughter,
title, and there was some
and
bad luck along the way. Nobody
and
could
Kelly,
predict
who have
COVID
landed
or,
here.
some of the
It looks like
racial,
Verge Osbury,
issues and
Stephanie
strife
Remp,
that occurred
Scott
within
Woodward.
the LSU football team after the George
Yeah, dude, just a
Floyd,
two-button
tragedy.
polo for Kelly.
But, it's a
wide
new day.
collar.
As
He's
the
got the
sun
belly
is out
now.
here,
That's okay,
LSU
60,
Yeah,
bro.
I'm just saying
has a
that
very
it's a
strange
tough work for the
season.
button.
It was
It's
not
not
I mean,
fun.
go back to the scene of him getting
was
off the
not a
plane,
lot
and
of
the
fun.
footwork's
And so
been the
now,
most impressive
turning
thing
the
I've seen up
page
to this point.
a brighter future.
I mean, I don't know if he missed the top step or he just came
Kelly,
off hot.
Making
We're gonna have
his
to
way.
rewind
Yeah, we need to go for a little
Right
replay.
now.
Either way,
Kelly had
he
played
held
against LSU
it,
in a pair of
bro.
bowl games, as Steve referenced. That was the
Yeah,
2014
he's got a
Music
little
City
strut.
Bowl, which they won on a field goal at the end. Here you see waving to the crowd.
Alex
and the
Doucette
LSU
is on
fans
cloud
behind
9.
me
He does
showing
sound like he's
their
buzzing.
appreciation for their new head coach, and Kelly also beating Ed
Struck
Ogeron
it
and
boy,
LSU
boy.
in 2017.
I mean, he was on death's door, dude.
On the
He's
last
gotta
second
restart.
Long touchdown pass. So Michael Bonnet, the sports
All right,
information
Board of
director,
Supervisors. What a power
going to
play there.
Kelly
Power
where
shake.
to go. He's,
Cody
shaking
Worsham,
hands with
shades
some-
on. Nice play, Cody.
some of his
Brandon
new
Barrios.
dignitaries,
Emily,
folks.
is that Emily Dixon?
We'll
It
swing
is
the
Emily
camera
Dixon.
around here. James DeGrossi
And
got
Brandon
a shot of,
Barrios.
Some of these LSU fans gathered
Wow,
behind
what a
the-
power!
the
What a,
gate
what
here,
a
and
piece of
duo.
power
He
that
won
is
his
right
number
there.
9 jerseys, and that will live on forever. Joe Burrow, the Heisman Trophy.
We've watched
winner.
Brandon Barrios
Brian
grow up.
Kelly's,
We have. The
responsibility
proud Parkview
to,
alum.
Beers
make
has done
new
wonders
memories.
for
He's
him.
waving to the
Ryan
crowd
Thibodeau, I
now.
love the two-button collar,
about
especially
to,
with the accent of the sport
We'll see
coat.
how much he interacts with,
Now we
with
have to
these
change
fans
shirts from here.
moving forward.
Kind of
Guys, let's be honest,
sends off like,
Brian
I don't
Kelly
give it.
has not
Yeah,
been
That kind
known
of
to
gives
60,
you
dude.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Hey,
Give
this
me
is
my
my first
blazer.
rodeo. Yeah, this is my
Years,
first
although
rodeo.
I did visit with Tim Brando today, who says actually he is very kind and engaging to the media who covers him
got
on
a
a
strut to
day-to-day
him.
basis, but he will
I'm
kind
all
of
in,
flare
bro.
up every now and then.
We're all
if
in
you
on
hit
BK.
on some issues that he doesn't want to talk about, but that's any successful coach.
So he's not gonna talk? This is just him
once
landing?
again, a
Yeah,
press
this is it.
conference with Kelly scheduled for tomorrow
I
on
thought
the
he was going to
LSU
give a little
campus.
say, hey, how are you?
I mean, everybody's behind the fence.
At the men's basketball game. And Will
Police
Wade right now, people
escort
think
down
it's,
I-10.
it's
Follow
already
him,
here.
Jack.
People are saying Will Wade's got his best team that he's had at
Take him to the
LSU.
house.
So at this point, it
Follow
doesn't
him,
appear
Jack.
Brian
Go to the
Kelly is gonna
Lod
walk
Cook.
out
See
on
the
foot.
number that they're
And
staying
see
in.
some of these fans
Looks
go
like
so
Lori
fast.
Lipsy in the front seat of the
We'll see,
truck.
but,
Wow,
Steve
look at the
Schneider, I
power
know
at the
that,
Baton
you and I
Rouge
have,
Airport
covered this stuff
today.
for a long time, and a lot
Wow.
of these fans that
They are
cheering
all
Kelly
out today,
let's be
people.
honest, if, they don't get the results they want, they'll be on those message boards and those
Last of the Don says, boys, we got a real coach. Does feel like it.
It does feel like
Dwayne
it.
official says, okay, I'm back, Jordy. He just landed. Dwayne, you should have never left. We've been carrying it live. We've been hijacking Jock's coverage.
Sorry, Jock. Thank you, Jock.
We're giving him credit here, though. WAFB. Straight WAFB. Shout out to Jock and the crew. Wow, they're going to announce him tomorrow night at halftime of the basketball game.
Obviously, with the Catholic League down there.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a
what
good
you
one.
should do.
That's a good
Walk
one.
out middle of the court, little hand up. When's he speaking?
I think that the press conference is tomorrow.
2:30.
I don't know an official time, but we'll be there.
We'll be there.
I texted it to the group.
One thing he wasn't able to get, it looks like a purple blazer. We'll have to work on that for him. I know from experience that can be tough to find.
Wow.
Baton Rouge, but,
What a day, man.
there in purple and gold.
What a day. You'll remember this day for a long time if you're an LSU football fan. Either it goes right or left, but this is a good day for LSU. Look at Woody. Hands in the pocket. Big smiles. Little pointing and gunning to people on the way to the car, to the Mercedes Sprinters. Looks presidential out there today.
Whose moment is this more?
Look at Woody's smirk. Go ahead, Woody. Take a lap, buddy. Take a lap.
Oh, good. That is a good-looking suit.
Yes. Not even a suit, bro. Just go straight khaki with the,
Oh,
with the sport coat.
no, yeah, I like that better. You don't
Yeah,
want to. Yeah, it's not.
absolutely.
It's not a matching kind of
Not
day.
that important.
Yeah.
It's just business as usual.
Do you think that this is a bigger day for Woody or for Kelly?
It's a huge day for Woody. This is an enormous day for Woody. In the legacy of LSU sports and his athletic director tenure, this is an enormous day on just kind of his legacy and something that he will be judged upon for a long time. Brinks driver says, I got Woody. Mark Vaughn says this is the alumni's moment and the students' moment, the fans' moment. Paladine Poppy says Scott Father. It's a big day. Good work on the visual, bro.
Oh, thank you.
Mike the Tiger.
He gets in there. I'm kidding.
Look, I think somebody was just like, all right, Mike, that's enough. Get the hell out of
You
here.
smell like sweat, dude.
Right. Beat it, Mike.
Hit him with a couple of shots of neck.
Ken Smither, go get some ducks, Scotty. I think Scotty's probably loading up, heading down to Pecan Island. He's down there in Pecan Island, I think, yeah.
I mean,
Who cares, bro?
he already limited out. Big game hunter.
You got it. Put him in the boat. So there goes the police escort out of Baton Rouge Metropolitan. Who is that?
That's gonna be Rohan.
Yeah. All right. Come on in. Come on in.
Sit
Look at
down.
this. Presidential, bro. Police escort.
Baby.
What's up, man?
How we doing? How we doing?
I put my rain boots on.
That's them concrete boots.
Lord have mercy. Look at Mike.
Mike was trying to hit your ride.
Look at the scene.
Eli Riggs. He's back.
What's going on, baby?
What's up, man?
Look at that. Well, we got a whole. This is live.
Live.
Oh, the
Just
press
landed.
conference tomorrow, huh?
Just landed. Yeah, they're gonna press conference tomorrow, and then they're gonna introduce him tomorrow night at the basketball game at halftime.
Oh, baby, that's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be it's gonna
Everybody
be off
want
the
that.
chain. Everybody trying to get on Will Wade's back. Look at Jacques.
Everybody
Jacques sweater and suited up today, man. It's a special day.
Jacques, you out there in a sweater, baby.
Ro, tell me what you think, man.
I don't like that look for Jacques. That's my boy.
He's going to meet the team right now. He's going to meet the team right now. The Saban comparisons.
Let me tell you, man.
Les Miles did a
I
fair
think that
job, a good job at Oklahoma
First
State.
off,
Once again, his record
it's a good hire. Let me say that I'm definitely a fan of the hire. Hold on, I'm getting a phone call, and the biggest reason is because it's total opposite, man, of what we had.
Yeah, for the last 20 years.
Hell yeah.
Since your guy left.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And the only thing whether it's a blemish or just a spot on Brian Kelly's radar is the fact that he hasn't won that chip.
Yeah.
Right? But all along his journey, he's lost to SEC teams. Clemson. These teams that he just couldn't get over the hump against because of where he was.
Right. Well, he was taking a knife to a gunfight.
That's what I'm saying, baby.
Yeah.
So now this is if I'm Kelly, I don't want to go to the pros. I've been at Notre Dame, 13, 14 years, something like that?
12
years. But I haven't won that chip. Gotten close. What is it, 2 BCS and then a BCS championship?
2 playoffs, 2 college football playoffs, and 1 championship game, and you knew on the opening drive that they just couldn't play with Alabama. Yeah.
Correct. And so all he hears is SEC. He's lost to SEC. It's hard for him to recruit the SEC, to recruit those players. My next part, if I'm Kelly, is I want to be regarded as a national championship winning coach.
Sure.
I want to finish off, because he's 60 years old.
Yeah.
So I want to continue finish it off at a highly, and not saying Notre Dame, no slack on Notre Dame, but Notre Dame football isn't LSU football.
Right.
And I want to get to one of these elite programs and put my stamp down.
Ro, when you were coming out in '98, was Notre Dame a bigger offer than LSU's?
Yes.
It was, right?
Yes.
So where was the transition? Was it just the SEC power? Where did the transition of power happen?
You got to understand, at that time it was a different time for me also. So the biggest part of it was getting a fair shot to play quarterback, being a black quarterback. And then wanting to stay close to home fairly and not want to go no damn cold, dog.
Right. I mean, that to me, that is his biggest accomplishment. Like the fact that he's got guys that will go to South Bend, Indiana and play football is amazing.
Let me tell you something, dude. He had Mondo is from Miami. Hialeah Miami Lakes was a running back there, Mondo Allen. And he got him out of Miami. You understand me? And I don't know how. So we know that he can recruit and get guys. But what we need him to do is bring some of them big linemen down here, baby. We need to go ahead and get some of them big boys.
I think that's kind of like one of his deals, like
his
offensive line.
Yeah.
All right, so Walker was here. Walker's good with it. He said he's kind of waiting to see on who's the offensive coordinator going to be. You know anything about Tommy Rees, the guy that's been calling plays for him for the past? He played for him. You know anything about him?
Well, this is what you do know. You know that his offense has always been efficient. His offenses, I don't know much about Tom Rees to answer your question, no. I have to look him up, research him a little bit, if that, that's who's coming with him.
Well, that's his guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? I think he might be a candidate for the Louisiana job.
I think they already made a hire.
Who'd they hire?
I'm about to look it up. It's in the document.
Okay, hang
on 1 second.
But his offenses have been good as long as he gets his people and get them in place, because that's a reflection of Kelly. He's an offensive guy. He puts his stamps on that, and I'm sure that what he's been doing over the last 12 years there. Now, has Reese been with him for 12 years?
No.
He played for him.
Played for him.
He was a Notre Dame quarterback,
gotcha.
And then he came back through.
Northwestern for a little bit as a grad assistant somewhere else, and then linked back up with Kelly. And it's been kind of
so. Ro, when I think about Brian Kelly, the things that he reminds me of on these two guys, and I'm not saying that he's the caliber of coach of these guys because he doesn't have the championships, but when I think of the way that they approach the game, and you played for both of them.
Right.
Saban and Belichick are the first two that pops off, kind of the guys that run their organization like a business, like a Fortune 500 company. I mean, this thing's making $100 million a year. They run it like that. They find the best personnel. They've got their thumbprint on everything. There's nothing that's coming in or going out that they don't know about. And when I think about people that run their football programs like that, Belichick and Saban, and Brian Kelly, to me, is in that class. He was in that class before yesterday. His persona feels like,
no, I agree.
Kind of he's that type of pedigree.
I totally agree. That's why I said that everything is total opposite of what we had. Never had any problems with him. You know he's a disciplinarian. You know how the offense is going to be. Well, every time you see him, he's always talking about structure. He's always talking about the next play, the structure, how we're going to do things, how we're trying to build, what we're trying to continue to do. So it's in the fold of everything I'm used to. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's in the fold of everything, absolutely everything I'm used to. You're not going to have these bizarre press conferences. Then you're not
ripping your shirt off. You're not eating grass. You're not doing anything.
Get a football coach.
And then the part about it, you're getting somebody that, like you said, Liz, it's the opposite of what we had. Like when you ask him a question about ball, he's gonna give you an answer, and it's not gonna be what you see written down in the program. It's going to be an answer knowing that this man knows some things about what he's doing schematically, who we're targeting, who we're going after, what schemes, what we're trying to put him, what depth we're trying to run our routes, what are we thinking on third down against this. Like the things that matter, situational football, things that matter. You're exactly right. I think he's in the mold of the Bill and all those guys. I just want to see, not next year or I just want to see how he goes about building, constructing, developing, and ultimately, because I think he's gotten a lot out of the players he's had at the University of Notre Dame.
He squeezed the lemon so tight.
You know what I mean?
All the juice is done.
Correct.
He's gotten all the juice out of that lemon.
It's dehydrated, baby.
You know this class: Walker Howard, DeColdis Crawford, all these guys. In this class, this could be the backbone of a national championship group, right? I mean, like Saban was in the game in 3 years. Miles was in the game in 3 years. Ogeron was in the game in 3 years. Kelly can be in the game in 3 years, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, Ogeron was in the game.
Right. Les was in the game.
Right.
Right. You know what I'm saying? This is where
Jordy and Liz were in the game, bro.
LSU is where coaches come to win a natty, baby.
Yeah.
In 5. But
and get that money.
They
make you rich, man.
We'll pay you to leave, too.
Make you to rich.
I told my mama today, though, I said, Mom, I'm just stopping everything I'm doing. I'm focusing strictly on coaching.
I mean, you should, man.
Else. You know what I'm saying?
10 years ago, if you know what you know now, 10 years ago.
I wouldn't even be here.
Good Lord.
Be in Jamaica. Fat and sitting back. In the smokehouse.
Yes. And be managing your money and your supply, right?
Drinking from a coconut.
Yeah, right.
Sending it to Germany, baby. I'm telling
Swiss.
you. One button.
It's good.
Let's let it go.
But he can get back there.
Dog, the thing about it is this. He's going to recruit. He's going to get better players than he was getting at the University of Notre Dame. No knock to Notre Dame. I keep having to say that. These people getting so testy, right? But what he brings to us immediately, in my opinion, once he gets everybody in place, staff, who he retains, which won't be much, probably a couple guys, he's gonna be ready now to go after that first recruiting class, which is coming up.
And a big one.
And the important part about this recruiting class, not only the guys that are coming in, but the guys that are there, keeping the core guys around. So I'm not saying you may not lose a couple. You already lost a couple.
Yeah.
But keeping the core guys, the integrity of the team still in place. So coming in and recruiting them, which is got to be first and foremost today when he meets them, the rest of the day. Got to meet with the top guys who you possibly know is getting targeted, which is everybody. Yep. You got to meet with all the receivers. Every single one of them you got to meet with.
Ojulari, Mason Smith.
All of them.
Yeah.
Mason Smith, 8, 11.
Yeah.
All of them, man. You got to meet with all of them and sell them on the rebirth.
Right.
Sell them on, similar to how we were in 01, the class that could regenerate, that could restart, that could bring back that new energy, that new blood. Then you get them to now reach out to the recruits coming in and tap into those guys, whatever social media, so many ways you can do it now.
Yeah.
And recruit those guys, get more involved with those guys, make those guys feel like they're more a part of the team than they ever could be. With this new coaching staff, with this new regime, this new time in LSU football, we can be those guys. We can be that guy. And that's where it has to start to me, because you have to keep players. You have to continue to keep them coming in. You have to keep the guys that you have. Players win football games. I don't give a damn how much money the coach
absolutely, 100%. Rohan Davey is here with us, talking a little LSU football. What assistants do you expect him to keep first? Corey Raymond, obviously.
Yeah, I think you keep Corey. Man, it's so unfortunate for Coach Jones, because what we've seen from him over the last 4 games, I mean, it's like somebody else was coaching the defense for the first, and we found out it was.
Right.
So I wish he could get. I understand and I love. I love the D coordinator for Notre Dame.
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, Freeman was supposed to come. He turned us down to go there.
Yeah.
So I like how he plays. I like his scheme, and they know each other. So that grace period, so to speak, or that awkward period when you first get on the staff, and when you first go to school and you don't know nobody, they ain't even got to worry about that defensively. You know exactly what you're getting. So him having some familiarity with him and a guy that we wanted, that we acknowledged that was a good guy, I mean, I think that helps tremendously, man. And having a familiarity with the same kind of recruits, because he was coming after the same guys.
Uh-huh.
I even have a quarterback out of Alabama, Mac Howard. It's so funny, Mac Howard and Walker Howard, they actually know each other. He visited Notre Dame after 7-on-7, and he may not come into the fold, because I know Kelly was very, very big fan of his as well. So it's gonna get real interesting. I'd like to hire, man. I think it was a good time. I don't think that he was our first choice.
Yeah.
But I definitely, at this point, based on what we need, based on what we're coming from, I think it's the right choice.
And I'm with you. I don't think he was first, but I don't think he was like third.
No.
He wasn't far down the list.
No,
you know what I mean?
No,
it didn't take long to get there.
Neither do I.
And I'm with you. I think at the time that the LSU football path and the Brian Kelly path meet is almost just kind of like a perfect
merging
symphony.
onto the highway.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, we're LSU. If you're LSU, you're ready to get back up the mountain and start playing with some consistency and winning at a high level again. And if you're Brian Kelly, you want to legitimize your football resume with a legacy of championships, and this is the place to do it. And, Ro, this is also the place that has the best coaches in the world that do college football. I mean, every Saturday you can tee it up, and you could go Kirby Smart, Jimbo Fisher, Lane Kiffin, Mike Leach, Nick Saban, Steve Sarkisian, Sam Pittman. That's why Lincoln Riley, to me, him not coming to – it tells me everything you need to know about him. If you don't want to be here, these are the guys that you're paid against. These are the guys that you
You're supposed to be in school with.
Right. I mean, these are
your classmates.
These are the guys.
Hey, look. Listen, I'm not going to knock Lincoln.
Yeah.
Okay? Lincoln got some shit for going to USC now.
You talking about money, or you talking about guys?
I'm talking about the boy got a hell of a package, man.
He had to.
Boy got a hell of a package.
He had to.
Private PJ anytime he wants.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you something. They bought my house for extra $500.
Right.
You can have it, baby.
Yeah.
You have 2 houses.
No doubt.
You buy me a $6 million house. You can have it. I'm coming, baby. You give me. I can have a jet just anytime I want to. Like I can just send the kids on the jet.
Throw the kids off the plane.
Hey man, listen. The perks mean something, baby. And you gotta understand, like some of these coaches. And listen. God has a plan and a path for everybody. And Lincoln's plan, whether he wanted to smoke or didn't want to smoke, I feel what you're saying.
Right.
Because if you want that smoke, you come into that smoke.
Right. And you
know
got
what
a
I'm saying?
chance.
You got a chance. But this is the thing. Lincoln had a taste of the smoke. Because he had a taste of the smoke in there with Texas and all of them. And that was too much smoke. So he can't come and get this. I think going to SC for him, a job where They're going to give you some time to rebuild. You ain't got to jump in that fire right away.
Yeah.
You get all
easier place to win.
Absolutely.
Yeah, right. No,
absolutely.
I'm with you.
And all the things that are coming with it. Like, I mean,
That
it's
boy
hard.
got some perks,
yeah,
baby.
He got $115 million. It's
Man,
looking
guy's
like,
been living in Norman for the last 6
Right
years.
now,
You
you go
gonna
to Cali.
You gonna sell me on Bel Air?
Call me soft all you
You know
want.
what I mean?
I can't
Yeah,
hear
right.
you.
I get it.
Too much
No,
money
I
in my
get it.
ear.
Bye-bye.
I get it.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
Bye-bye.
I get it. Y'all can laugh and joke and make your plays all day.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, I'm sitting out here in the California sun with USC's budget and all
And
this
he
money.
going to turn it around.
He is.
And that's the thing. He going to ball out there. He going to
It's
ball out
perfect
there,
for
man.
him. Perfect. He can go ball
He's
out
not
there.
going to let the top quarterback leave California.
No way.
No way.
No way. Well, I mean, now if you're the top quarterback in California,
Right.
why would you want to leave?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? This guy's pumping out first picks and
Exactly.
Heisman Trophy
They're going to
winners.
find him.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm with it, but I think we're good.
Kevin Falk, keep Falk, right?
Oh, yeah, K. Falk. Back to the question at hand, really.
Yeah.
K. Falk, I think Kev is there.
What would you do with the new offensive line coach? Because it feels like that was a Woodward, Austin Thomas kind of hire. Brad Davis.
I like Brad, man.
Me too.
I saw how he was changing the culture with the offensive line. I love him as a coach. I've sat in and heard how he delivers his message. He's also a leader of men, which is what these guys need. Yeah. I'm sure and you're right, that was Austin and Scott. So I definitely would think that, at least an interview, at least something for him. A Baton Rouge guy, you know how he feels about the Tigers, and I'm so huge on if a guy shows and have that much love for just like they did Coach O,
right,
when they hired him. That guy's going to give you every single thing he has for his university. And guys like that, you got to keep around, man.
doubt.
Or try to in some way as much as you can.
And it may not make sense as the head coach.
Right.
But if you've got somebody on staff that loves it and can develop and buys into all the things that goes into running the program, then you need one of those. I mean, you could even argue that Corey Raymond's somebody like that.
Oh, no doubt.
That loves LSU.
I mean, think about it. All those two guys we talk about, him and Kevin.
Right.
Here, school here, bred here, recruited here, came back here after they had so many other opportunities. Kev could have been in the NFL.
Well, I mean, the thing about Kev is that he don't have to do anything.
Kev don't have to do anything.
I mean,
listen, man, I'll never forget, he might be mad at me to talk about this, but when we was in the NFL, and that's my brother. So, I mean, Kev was everything. All the information I needed. Everything.
He was Rohan's host on his official visit when he was at LSU.
Right. So I mean, Kev
it was over then.
Don't have to do nothing, man. And all he ever talked about, he was like, "Bro, when I get done, I'm going back home, coach my high school, and I want to coach at LSU." And he's doing that.
Tyrann Mathieu says the same thing.
I'm telling you, dude. Like guys like that, I heard him say that. The Badger, I love him. When guys like that wants to invest, it ain't about the money.
Yeah.
It ain't about the money. It's all about wanting to get your program back.
And affect kids.
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. Because I know me myself. Yeah, you can't affect at the NFL level. All you're doing is coaching and trying to win championships. You're not really, unless the rookies that come in. But once after a certain point, I mean, some guys don't even train with the trainers and all that. So if you want to really affect kids and develop, and that it's at the level we're at, the elementary level and the college level. And that's what Kev is all about. That's what Corey Raymond is all about. I've seen these guys, how excited they get when the young groups come in. You know what I mean? And all those coaches. So I know those two are definitely primed to stay, but I hope all them guys at least get an opportunity somewhere else after, because they're good coaches.
Billy Embody reporting that LSU is expected to retain Corey Raymond on Brian Kelly's staff, per Go247 and Billy Embody. So looks like Corey Raymond is a piece of this puzzle as we continue moving forward with LSU.
And I'd expect some other names to start to pop here in a couple of, maybe even over the next couple of minutes or hours, or not definitely before tomorrow, because he will be asked about that tomorrow at the press conference. Ryan Thibodeau with the super chat, appreciate that. Scott Woodward went into Notre Dame, touchdown Jesus, play like a champion, Golden Domers, Rudy blue blood in college football, and stole their all-time most winningest head coach. #Savage. You were talking about affecting lives, and that's what you guys do over at F3 Elite. which it's 7-on-7 season, man. This is starting to kind of
It's
come
go
together.
time.
Yeah. So what's happening?
Go time.
Where
What
are
we
you at
got?
on the schedule?
What's the date?
It is
December.
November 30th.
The November 30th. Let's see what's coming. December 8th, we got the youth tryouts down at Lamar Dixon. That's 10s, 11s, 12s, 14U. Then after that, we're gonna have the big guys. I think they're up on the 18th, and then we kick the season off in January. You know that, Jay. We kick it off in January, and I actually just came from a meeting with my man Ken. That was about 2.5 hours.
Wow.
About 7-on-7 football.
Got to get it right.
Yeah, just reestablishing the coaches, putting the coaches' roles together, just trying to do some things different than we did last year to clean up some things when we got the venues and we're on one field and other people on the field. People don't know what they're doing, who's coaching what, who's going where. So just trying to get some organizational stuff situated and get some stuff for you guys on the board to take care of.
Follow F3 Elite, the organization, on Twitter, on social media, at F3 Elite 7v7. This is
It's gonna be a big year, dog.
This is the sponsored by Jarvis Landry 7-on-7 squad, F3 Elite, which is one of the fastest growing brands in our state, man. And as I said, Lamar Dixon is the home. Appreciate Roe. Every time Roe is here, that is compliments of Fletcher Painting. Our guy Fletcher Painting, Brian Fletcher, is a second-generation commercial and residential painting company located right here in Baton Rouge, where it's not painting, it's an art to the big fella. He does great work. You can find him on Facebook at Fletcher Painting LLC and check out some of the great projects that they have already done. He works directly with architects and with the state on a bunch of historic sites. He does great work, man, and every time Rose shows his face here on the Jordy Culotta Show set, that is compliments of Fletcher Painting, so we appreciate that very much. Ro, good to see you. Good for checking in. We appreciate everybody being here this afternoon. Hit that like, share, comment button. That helps us out tremendously. Go Chevrolet drives us every single day. Shout out to the crew at GEAUXChevrolet.com. We're back with you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m.